Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some MLB player props I like for today on Prizepicks for Tuesday, July the 12th. We do have a full slate of games on Tuesday. I think we actually have 16 games today. There's one early game. It's part of a doubleheader. Not going to really talk about that game, just going to focus on the 15 night games that we have. And I found three props that I like, taking a first look at the board on a Monday night. So we'll talk through these three plays. We will share why I like them. Before we do get started, guys, we can recap our plays that we gave out in Monday's video. And we had a really good day Monday. Hopefully you tailed the plays on Monday because we went 3-0, had a clean sweep, hit all three plays, hit the over on Mitch Keller's fantasy points, took over 21.5, and Mitch Keller had a great game. He doubled up his projection, finished with 43 fantasy points. I think he went 7 innings, only allowed 1 run, had 5 strikeouts, got the win as well. So great start for Mitch Keller. That one really wasn't much of a sweat at all. Then we took the over on Max Scherzer's fantasy points, and he pitched a great game as well. I think Max Scherzer went 7 innings, had 9 strikeouts, only gave up 1 run, finished with 55 fantasy points, and we took over 37.5. That play hit, and then our other play that hit was the Yurfee. We took the over first inning runs in the Rockies-Padres game, and that hit as well. The Padres came through top of the first inning, scored a run. I think they had a leadoff single, and then I think Nomar Mazara hit a double, so they had runners on second and third, and then Luke Voit came through, hit a sac fly, got a run in, and we hit the Yurfee in that Coors game. So all three plays hit on Monday. Hopefully you guys tailed. Made some money. We definitely needed it because we kind of been struggling with our MLB plays lately, but it feels good to get a clean sweep on Monday. And let's try to do it again on Tuesday's slate. Before we talk through our plays for today, guys, hit that like button. Always appreciate the likes. Always appreciate you guys checking out these videos every day. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and if you are new here. Also, if you haven't checked out Prizepicks yet, sign up for Prizepicks. Make sure to use promo code NOAH, and Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. You can take a look at all the props that Prizepicks has available right now for MLB. I'm making this video on Monday night. You can see what props they have available right now. They're going to add even more props as we get closer to the start of the games on Tuesday, so you can take a look at their full board, see everything they have to offer. They offer other sports as well outside of just MLB, so if you like to dabble into other sports, Prizepicks offers a ton of other stuff that you can look into. You can mix and match sports. You can do multi-sport entries. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend you guys get over there. Make sure that when you sign up, use code NOAH, so that way you do get a deposit bonus when you sign up. Another thing, if you enjoy these YouTube videos, if they help you out a lot, you want to get more Prizepicks plays from me, I do provide those over on Patreon. I usually give out 4 to 5 additional plays that I like each day. I'll take a look at the board once again on Tuesday, kind of around Tuesday afternoon, find a few more plays I like. I'll group together all of my plays, so the plays I give out in this video, the plays I give out on Patreon, I'll group those all together, figure out my favorite 2 plays of the day that you can run a 2-pick power entry with. I give that out on Patreon as well. So if you want to check out the Patreon content, it's linked down below in the description. But let's go ahead and talk through our plays for Tuesday's slate. And we're going to start off in the strikeout category. I have a strikeout prop that I like for today, and then I have 2 hitter props that I like for today, some hitter fantasy scores. First off, though, in strikeouts, we're going to go down to Chris Sale, and I like this one quite a bit. It really stood out to me when I took a first look at the board. I'm taking his over 4.5 strikeouts today, going up against the Rays. This is going to be Chris Sale's first start this season. He's been injured for he's been injured for a while. We haven't seen Chris Sale in almost like a year, I want to say. But he's been rehabbing in the minors. He's been pitching in the minors. You can see in his minors game log, he's made 4 starts so far. In the minors, he pitched 1 inning, pitched 1 inning, had 1 strikeout. So that was kind of just like a little ramp up. And then he went 2 2/3 innings, had 6 strikeouts in that start. Then he had a start in Double-A. He went 4 innings, had 7 strikeouts, and then his most recent start in Triple-A, he went 3 2/3 innings, had 5 strikeouts over 3 2/3 innings. And it's already been reported that Chris Sale is expected to throw around 85 pitches today. He threw 72 pitches in that Triple-A start, where he went 3 2/3 innings. He threw 72 pitches in that start. So we should be getting close to a fully healthy Chris Sale. We're not going to get like 100 plus pitches from him, but they said he's going to throw around 85 pitches. So if Chris Sale is going to throw 85 pitches today, I think he'll be able to go 5 innings, maybe 6 innings, depending on if he can get through innings quickly. And Chris Sale is an elite pitcher. He's an elite strikeout pitcher. You can look at his numbers just throughout his career, all the way, dating back all the way to 2015. He's had a super high K rate every single year, 32% K rate, 25% in 2016, but then 36% K rate in 2017. In 2018, he had a 38% K rate. Which was top 2% in the league. He had a top 4% K rate in 2019. And then in 2021, he had 28.4% K rate. Is Chris Sale going to have like a 36% strikeout rate this season like he did, 5 years ago? Probably not, but he's still going to be a guy that probably gets, or probably has like a 26 to 28% strikeout rate, which is still really good. And when you're, looking at this K prop of just 4.5, I think this is definitely too low, especially when you factor in the strikeout upside that Chris Sale has. The matchup against the Rays, when you look at their numbers so far this season versus left-handed pitching, their strikeout numbers are not like super high. On the season, they rank 24th in K rate, just 19.9%. But they have been striking out a lot more lately, which is something that I do like to look at. If you numb it down to the last 30 days, over their last 30 days, the Rays do rank top 10 in strikeout rate versus lefties, 24.8% K rate. If you even numb it down to the last 14 days, so looking over the last 2 weeks, they are second, 29.9% K rate. So the Rays have really been striking out a lot more versus lefties. You can take a look at their projected lineup for tomorrow. There's some guys in here that have really high K rates. Taylor Walls, or Tyler, I think his name's Taylor Walls. If he's in the lineup, he has a K rate above 20% this season. Randy Arozarena, 23% K rate. Josh Lowe, even versus a lefty, don't know if he'll be in the lineup, but if he is, he's got a 31% K rate this year. Yu Chang, he's been replacing Wander Franco because Wander Franco's hurt right now, which is another plus. Wander Franco is a guy that doesn't strike out much. Well, now he's injured, so they have to put Yu Chang in the lineup, and Yu Chang has a 41% K rate this year. It's a small sample size, but still. Bethancourt, 21% K rate, and then if Brett Phillips is at the bottom of the lineup, I mean, my God, he's got a 46% strikeout rate this year versus lefties. So there's definitely strikeouts in this Rays lineup. Chris Sale's an elite strikeout pitcher. I guess there's a little bit of risk with this one just because it is his first start in the majors this season, but I think we can get 5 strikeouts from Chris Sale. If he goes 5 to 6 innings, throws 85 pitches like they said he's going to, I feel confident that he can get us 5 strikeouts in 5 innings or 6 innings. So I like it quite a bit. It's going to be our first play for today, over 4.5 strikeouts for Chris Sale. Then our next 2 plays are both going to be hitter props, and these are 2 hitter fantasy scores that I like quite a bit. We're going to go to the Astros, and this is a spot that I like quite a bit for the Astros going up against Noah Syndergaard, and we're going to be taking over 6.5 fantasy score for Kyle Tucker. Love the spot for the Astros going up against a pitcher in Noah Syndergaard who really gives up a lot of stolen bases, and this is something that we talked about last time Syndergaard pitched. I took John Birdie's over fantasy score when Syndergaard pitched against the Marlins that day. John Birdie actually didn't wind up, he wasn't in the lineup that day, so the prop got, a DMP. But I expect Kyle Tucker will be in the lineup today, and this is a spot where he should be able to, if he gets on base, he should be able to steal bases. If you look so far this season, Noah Syndergaard leads the league in stolen bases allowed. He's allowed 21 stolen bases this year. Next highest guy is Sandy Alcantara at just 14. So there's a huge gap there between Syndergaard and Alcantara. And if you look at the Astros this season, they're not a team that runs a ton. Like, you look at their stolen bases this year, they don't have many guys that steal. But so far this season, Kyle Tucker has been the one guy that will steal bases. I think he's just outside the top 10 in terms of stolen bases in the league. He's got 14 stolen bases this season. He's a guy that, if he gets on base, he's always a threat to run. And going up against Syndergaard, I mean, we see so often that, anyone that has any decent speed, they're probably going to run against Syndergaard. Just because Syndergaard, he's so slow to the plate. He just allows so many stolen bases. It's a great spot for guys like Kyle Tucker. Jose Altuve, I like his over fantasy score as well if you wanted to play that. He's got 6 stolen bases this season. I expect that if Altuve gets on base, he'll probably be running. We don't have any props yet for Jeremy Pena, but if they add those, I mean, he's a threat to steal. This is something that I've been attacking every time Syndergaard pitches, and I like this one quite a bit. Over 6.5 fantasy score for Kyle Tucker. Really, if he just gets walked and steals a base, that's 7 fantasy points, and just like that, he's gone over. I mean, stolen bases, they're huge for fantasy score. They're worth 5 points each. I expect that if Kyle Tucker gets on base against Syndergaard, he will definitely be running. Even if Kyle Tucker, even if he doesn't steal a base, I mean, he could still go over his fantasy score. He's a really good hitter. I mean, you can look at his numbers this season. He's got really good numbers. His expected WOBA, his expected batting average, expected slugging, those are all top 10% in the league. Has a very low K rate, so he doesn't strike out much. He's going to put the ball in play. He has a really high walk rate as well, so he'll take walks, which is good because we want him to get on base against Syndergaard. I mean, Kyle Tucker's just a really good hitter. There's definitely some stolen base upside going up against Syndergaard, and I definitely like his over 6.5 fantasy score for today. I like this one quite a bit. I like the over on Altuve's fantasy score as well, just for the same reasoning. If you want to take that, you could. But then our third and final play, we're going to go to the Giants, and this is another spot that I love for the Giants here, going up against Dallas Keuchel, and I love this play quite a bit as well. Over 6.5 fantasy score for Darren Ruff is going to be our third and final play for today. Now, obviously, Darren Ruff, not the most popular name, but this is a really good spot for him and a really good spot for the Giants, like we mentioned. If you look at Darren Ruff's number this season, like he's a solid hitter, and especially against left-handed pitching, he does really well. He's always been much better against lefties. And it's just such a good spot against Dallas Keuchel, who has been one of the worst pitchers in the league so far this year. His numbers are just not good at all. Has a super low K rate, has one of the lowest K rates in the league. Bottom 6% strikeout rate, just 14% strikeout rate. He's given up a 389 WOBA this year, which is bottom 3% in the league. Now, sure, his actual numbers versus expected numbers, like maybe he's due for a little bit of positive regression. So far this year, he's got a 7.63 ERA. His expected ERA is definitely lower than that. It's a 4.49. But Dallas Keuchel is just not a good pitcher. He doesn't strike guys out. He lets you put the ball in play. And the Giants do have some guys against lefties that can hit the ball well. Wilmer Flores has good numbers against lefties, and Darren Ruff has really good numbers against lefties as well. He's got a lot of power. And another thing that I saw that I really caught my eye. So Dallas Keuchel, if you look at his pitch mix, the pitches that he mainly throws, his number one pitch that he throws the most is the sinker. That's a pitch that he throws 44% of the time. It's basically his go-to pitch. And you look at Darren Ruff, his what he hits the best, his run values by pitch type. The sinker has been the pitch that he's hit the best over the last 2 years. This year, he's got an 11 run value against the sinker. He's got a 480 WOBA, 583 slugging, a 354 batting average versus the sinker. And even last season, that was his best pitch as well. Last year in 2021, had a 474 batting average and 921 slugging, 609 WOBA against the sinker last season. So Darren Ruff hits the sinker very well. It's the pitch that he hits the best. Dallas Keuchel, that's his number one pitch as well. That's what he throws the most this season. I think the spot just sets up so well for Darren Ruff. I think this is a spot where we should expect the Giants to put up a decent amount of runs. Don't know yet what their implied run total is for today, but I would assume it's going to be probably like above 5. So really good spot here for the Giants. Really good spot for Darren Ruff. I like his over 6.5 fantasy score for today. I could definitely see him hitting a home run. I don't know if you guys, if you're able to bet like home run props. Obviously, you can't do that on Prizepicks, but if you can bet on a sports book, I don't know what the odds are, but I think Darren Ruff to hit a home run is something that I definitely would be looking to bet, especially if you're getting really good odds on it. I just think it's such a good spot here against a really bad pitcher. The one thing that does concern me a little bit is that the Giants, they do pinch hit a lot for guys like Darren Ruff. We see Brandon Belt sometimes get pinch hit for. Mike Yastrzemski sometimes get pinch hit for. Like the Giants do pinch hit a lot, so if a right-handed pitcher comes in, like let's say Ruff gets to face Keuchel twice, obviously Keuchel's a lefty, and then let's say a right-handed pitcher comes in from the bullpen, like there's a chance they pinch hit Darren Ruff for like Jock Peterson or Mike Yastrzemski, but I think the spot's just too good. Even if Ruff does get pinch hit for, oh well, it's not something that we can really predict. There's definitely a chance he does. But I'm just going to bank on him being able to, do well against Keuchel. He should get at least 2 at-bats, maybe 3 against Keuchel. If he only gets 2 at-bats against Keuchel, that probably means that Keuchel has been getting beat up and, didn't survive much long. So, or didn't survive long into the game, which, obviously could be good for us with our, Darren Ruff play. So that's what I'm liking for today, guys. Over 4.5 strikeouts for Chris Sale, over 6.5 hitter fantasy score for Kyle Tucker, and over 6.5 hitter fantasy score for Darren Ruff. I like these 3 plays quite a bit. I'm hoping that we can get a clean sweep once again on Tuesday. Had a clean sweep on Monday, and let's try and do it again today. But appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Again, check out Prizepicks. Make sure to sign up for Prizepicks and use promo code NOAH. When you do Prizepicks, they will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And if you want to get more Prizepicks plays from me, I do provide those over on Patreon. You can check that out. It's linked down below in the description if that is something that does interest you. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Appreciate your support, and we will see you in the next video. Good luck, guys. Peace.